my mother-in-law wants me to call her mom. I think that's a little bit weird, quite frankly. The first time I ever met my mother-in-law, I looked at her, I was like, huh, if the girl I'm dating looks like you in 50 years, I'm stoked. I'm not saying
he kind of wants to fuck his mother-in-law.
Yeah, that's it. That's what we're running into.
He's
here.
basically like, this is too directly Freudian for me to call an older woman. I want to fuck mom.
I don't want to close the door just in case something happens to my wife.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. Respect for giving us that. First, it was weird already. You didn't have to let us know that you kind of want to fuck this lady.
I'm stoked.
All right, what else we got?
So I'm not saying like I
yes,
have sexual feelings or anything, but like,
right, we get you.
I don't know. I'm like, so yeah, I don't know. It's weird, but like, basically, I'm under some pressure to call her mom. She wants me to say it, but like,
that's weird too.
My mom's also still alive as well, and I don't know. I'm in my.
it wouldn't be. Hold on, pause
33.
This.
And
it wouldn't be less weird if your mom was dead. He's like, well, my mom's still alive, so I don't need a replacement mom.
I'm already calling someone mom. I can't
do it until my mom's in the dirt.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking... You thinking that's weird. There's a lot going on here.
Not till my mom dies, lady.
Look, Barbara, when my mom dies... and you get a little less sexy. Hopefully it's in 8 years, you've let yourself go a little bit. Maybe we can think about it.
33. And I just think it's kind of weird.
Okay.
It is.
But also, like, my wife's not exactly going to bat for me on this one. And it's like, not being like, Mom, that's strange. I'm just like... It's a little odd for me personally. I would love some context here. I don't know.
Context
like
for me?
Most people I talk to are just like, this is odd. Love an expert. Love you
You're
guys.
not exactly an expert on this
fuck
topic.
The Yankees.
Wait, fuck
right.
the Yankees.
You're right. You said the phrase that unites the whole podcast.
Yankees.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call him mom.
Yeah. From Baltimore.
What if you tried out like a ma? Because I know my dad calls I'm like thinking about my dad calls called, rest in peace, my mom's mom, ma.
Yeah.
Because it's, you're not going to say like Matilda.
Yeah.
Ma.
I mean, that's so fucking what like...
Once you've been married for a while, I think it's normal. But I guess maybe he's just saying it's too early. The insistence upon it is what's strange.
The insistence is
Call me
really
mom.
strange.
It's like, okay. She said that to me twice, and then we'd get past it. But if she was like, hey, I need you to call me mom.
She's coming out of low cut top.
Yeah.
No bra. You can see her nipples. She's like, call me mom. You're
Mommy's
like,
fine.
Yeah,
mommy
or
if you're
mommy.
nasty.
Yeah. Start calling her mommy. Here's the thing. You got to fight through this.
Yeah.
Up the stakes. She
Out
wants
alpha,
to call
the alpha. She's
Yeah.
like, okay, mommy.
Hey, mommy.
Mama.
I mean, it is okay. So let's break this down step by step.
Yeah.
The insistence is very weird.
Yeah.
What do people traditionally do? I don't even know.
I'm like trying to think through. I feel like I know. I mean, Dan and I aren't married yet. But He calls my parents by their names. I don't think I can't picture him
That's what I'm
ever
saying.
calling my dad. I think
Dad
that
is
would be
crazy.
wild, especially because his.
Yeah, are
dad's
you gonna
been
call
gone.
this guy dad?
Yeah,
You're gonna call her. You're gonna call her husband
But I think
dad.
people
Hey, mom and
do.
dad.
I think people do. Again, once you've been married for a while, and this person has been like a mother figure in your life,
I guess.
then I guess you'd call them mom. But early on, I mean, what if it's the mom, the mother-in-law, she's picking up that you'd fuck her, and she's trying to establish a boundary. Call me mother,
Or
so
maybe
we can
she's
dead
moving,
this.
Or maybe she's moving the ball forward a little bit.
We need to know if dad is in the picture or not. That would clear things up for us, I think.
Yeah. I do find it weird. Here's what I think is the weirdest aspect of all this. Why your wife doesn't have your back here, right? If you tell your wife, like, honestly, it's a little weird for me. I can't see myself being the kind of guy that calls my mother-in-law mom. Can you talk to your mom about this? Or can we kind of like, can you kind of give me a little advice on how you think I should. You know your mom. Like, what's his
Right.
wife's vibe on this?
Right.
That's the part that's confusing me the most, right?
Right.
Because an inflexible mother-in-law, unfortunately, it's an archetype, but
Yes,
it's also
it happens
an
quite a
archetype
bit.
for a
Yes,
reason, right?
quite a bit.
There's often in-laws. It's a reason why it's like the most across all cultures. You want a safe target.
In-laws.
Pick in-laws. If you don't want to be racist or homophobic, right?
Right.
Like
Right.
if you don't want to just go to that, if you don't want to be offensive, you want to just be, something that can be on network TV that'll play in every country across the
In-laws.
world.
Fair.
In-laws is who you make fun of.
Right.
For stuff like this, they have weird little hang-ups that you don't want to do, but you have to put up with them because they're your, spouse's parents. I do find it strange your wife does not have your back here, or at least isn't kind of like,
Ma, lay off of him.
Yeah, like,
He'll call
can we
you mom
chill?
when he's ready.
Yeah.
He's going to be around for the rest of our lives, hopefully.
Yeah.
I would just try to say, like, hey, I'm going to call you mom. Something about it for me, I'm not really, like, there yet. Would it be
Sure.
okay if I get there on my own time?
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
And then she's like, what would it take to get you on that?
Show me those tits and I'll start calling you mommy.
She
Just
starts
comes out of
counting
me
you down. She's like,
naturally.
what about in 10, 9? He's like, oh, stop counting. I have to go. Yeah, I don't know, man. This is fucking strange, but I agree. I think Katie, we just don't know enough about these people, right?
Yeah.
Like, because
I do like Katie's ma idea. Like, do they have a motherly nickname for her within the family that you can sort of like adopt?
Right.
Because mom is like too specific.
Mom
it's
is
too
fucked up, dude.
Yeah. Is there a ma? Is there like a, I don't know, like, or even like any nickname they might have?
Yeah,
for her?
yeah.
I think that's a nice little compromise.
families
'cause it's
often
like,
have like family nicknames.
Right.
My grandma, we would call her Hyuna. That was like her, like, it was like her nickname in her family growing up because she was
yeah.
very pale and it means snow.
Whoa.
And so they're like she basically
Damn, your
like
grandmother did Informer?
yeah
That's
she,
sick.
yeah.
That's sick.
She was big in the white reggae community. But yeah, some kind of middle ground, some kind of family thing that connotes closeness, but
Yeah.
isn't like
Yeah.
doesn't have the loaded in every direction. Mom is mom, mommy, dad, daddy. Those are loaded terms.
In ways. In a lot of ways,
Psychologically
yes.
in many ways, and I would stay away from
If
it.
you're really socially adept, I feel like you could even introduce a fun new nickname for her that she loves that then replaces in her mind the need for you to call her mom. So you could just be like, hey, Big G. And she'd
Yeah,
be like,
yeah,
oh, that's
yeah,
great. And then
yeah.
that turns out, and then the whole thing goes away. It never comes up again.
Yeah, it
I
isn't.
think.
I think that's a great one, but that is a high. That's a high like level maneuver.
Yes, you would have to really make it not obvious you were trying to replace the mom thing. She can't catch
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
But it's just got to happen
It has to
naturally.
feel
and
organic.
And it's got to catch fire. It's got to be a good nickname.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
so
what I would try.
That's tough though. What you're
It is.
describing
Yes,
is really
I know.
tough.
It's only for the high level.
Yeah. So, good luck. I don't think he has that in him, unfortunately. Just from the a minute
believe in you.
35
Fuck the
we
Yankees.
spent. Yeah.
He did say fuck
He
the
did say fuck the
Yankees.
Yankees.
He's got a good head on his
That
shoulders.
is some good common ground on this.
And who doesn't want to fuck their mother-in-law? Just a little bit.